Good afternoon, guys. This is Dallas with Pursuing the Wild 365. Today is October 31st. It's probably about 60 degrees out and sunny right now. I have seen a lot of deer today already. I'm heading in to go to public towards one of my usual spots, probably. I'm still deciding on where exactly I'm going to go. Part of me wants to go in deep, back where I haven't been for a while. I don't know. I think it's going to be good. I've seen 8 deer on the drive already today, and so to me that seems pretty good. I'm pretty hopeful. Yeah, hopefully that's a good sign and I get something good coming in. Yeah, I got my bow back this last Wednesday from the shop. Finally, so happy to have it back. Man, I miss that bow. I'm glad I'm not still hunting public land with the crossbow anymore this year. The amount of weight difference was crazy. A whole lot harder to try and still hunt with the crossbow, try to get around. I don't know, it was a lot. I'm glad I'm not doing it anymore this year. Yeah, but I've got good hopes for today. It's a little on the warm side right now, but it's supposed to drop down into the mid-50s tonight. Like I said, I've seen 8 deer already on the move while driving down into the public that I hunt in southwest Missouri. Yeah, I'm pretty hopeful. I've got good feelings for tonight. We'll just kind of see where I end up. Kind of been having paralysis by analysis when thinking about where to go. So I'm just going to get in there and see where the wind and my feet take me. That usually works out pretty good for me. I usually end up seeing deer, even if I don't get a shot off when I do that. I don't know. I guess the lesson is always trust your gut. Don't second guess where your gut's telling you should go. Just do it. Just go. It's never a bad thing. Once you get enough experience under your belt, you'll learn. Just kind of trust your gut, and your gut will be like, okay, well, I'm seeing this and I'm seeing that, so I'm going to be saying I'm going to go over here, and it's good. I don't know. I've been hunting for almost 20 years now. Been self-taught. Didn't have anyone to mentor me growing up. I got into hunting from some friends. They had a lot of land and invited us over one year to go hunting. I was back in 2005, so I would have been 10 years old. And I didn't have my hunter safety. I went out and sat out there, just observed and watched one of my friends shoot huge doe off their place. She ran, he lost sight of her, so we were blood trailing. We got to kind of spot and stalk, and I actually found her. She was standing right on the fence line, just almost on the neighbors, up in the woods. And I found her. She was still alive, standing there, and then I watched her start to run and then just crash. It was cool. It was really cool. I got to experience that. But I'm glad that happened when I was 10. The next year I asked to get my hunter safety. Got my hunter safety. Went out, sat, didn't see anything. Then 2007, I started checking out every book I could from the library on deer hunting. Read everything that I could get from my library and every library associated and connected with it. It was good. I learned a lot. Put a lot of book knowledge in. And I got out that fall and I was hunting private out behind my house. Neighbor gave me permission to hunt his place, and I shot a buck with a bow that I had borrowed. I didn't know what I was doing. Borrowed a bow, borrowed an arrow. Old, like 20, 30-year-old bear bow. It was out of tune. I don't know. It was definitely way out of tune. I didn't know what I was doing with the bow. I just borrowed it, sighted it in to me. Didn't adjust the draw length, couldn't adjust poundage. I just learned to pull it back. And had a buck come in last weekend of early bow season here in Missouri, and I shot it. Poundage was probably way too light. My arrow didn't pass through. It was a good shot. He was almost broadside. Right as I let go of the string, I didn't have a release. I was just shooting fingers, shooting a compound. As soon as I released, he turned slightly, so arrow went almost quartering away. So arrow lodged in the other side, I think in the shoulder, and he took off running. I never found him. He snapped the arrow, went off onto someone else's land. Couldn't find out who it was. Didn't have blood. The arrow didn't pass all the way through. It stayed in him, and I think the flesh closed up around the shaft. It was a bad experience for me. I was so mad at myself. But I was 12 years old. I didn't know what I was doing. Didn't have anyone teaching me. The fact that I had a huge buck, I mean, it was, looking back on it, I don't know if it really was as big as I thought it was, but he was probably at least a 120s, 130s, typical 8-point body size. I'd say he was probably about 4 years old. Just looking back on it and remembering his features. I didn't want to bow hunt after that for years. I started rifle hunting. Got access to another piece of private. Harvested my first buck off that, my first deer that I actually recovered. I watched him opening morning, worked about 200 yards away across the ridge line. Didn't take the shot. It was a young buck, young fork. Watched him through my binoculars. I had iron sights on my 270 at that time, so I just watched him walk off with the binoculars, and I was like, well, it's like barely leaving light. I'm gonna sit. I'm not gonna take this one. I'm just gonna wait. He was a little farther than I was comfortable shooting, and he was a little smaller than I wanted for my first year. But I don't know. Back then, I was trophy hunting. I wasn't hunting for me. So yeah, went and sat there probably till about, I think it was 10 or 11. I started getting hungry, and I was thinking about getting down and seeing if but there was a bunch of red on his like lower jaw and neck. I only had like 6-power binoculars, so I couldn't see too well. He was a long ways off. I was like, well, he came back. I'm gonna take the shot. I'm gonna take him. And so I took a shot. He was about 150 yards away at that point, and I missed him. I pulled it or something. He ran, got to where I didn't have a shot, so I lowered my rifle down, unloaded, of course, still had the spent shell chamber. I climbed down out of the tree stand I was in, got my rifle, I stalked up about 50 yards, got to where I had a good clean shot, leaned up against a tree, and took a shot. He kicked and ran and piled up. I got up on him, and I felt so bad for him. I was glad I took him. But when I got up on him, someone shot him just in front of the eye, straight down through the nose, blew the jaw off. His jaw was just hanging. That's all the red I was seeing was blood from that. So I'm glad I took him, because he would not have survived. He had to have been in pain. But I don't know. I don't know what happened, how someone shot him like that. But it was definitely an unethical shot. Yeah, that was my first deer. I didn't really know what I was doing. I had read a book on how to field dress a deer. So I went off memory and did it myself. And I mean, I got it done. It took me a couple hours. But we all start somewhere. That's my beginning. I started there. I gotta drive where I'm going. I gotta drive all the way through the preserve to get to kind of where I want to walk into the huntable side of public land. And I don't know. We'll find out how it goes. But that's my plan. Kind of get up in here, park on the preserve side, hike into the hunt zone, find somewhere to set up. Gonna kind of try and play the wind and try and decide whether I want to, what travel corridor I want to go off of, or if I want to go off to something new. I'm not completely sure yet. And this, my friends, hard to see because it's hard out there. I'm zoomed in 25 times. That's a huge buck. Huge buck. This is on. I was really thinking about hunting this spot. I probably am. I've got an old logging road or something here. Makes a nice bench. And I could see this other trail through LiDAR on Onyx. So I knew there's another trail there. Yeah, trying to get in and have a good spot to set up, climb up. And to work the wind pretty good. Uphill on my way in, there were 2 small ruts. And there's another bench right there. It just keeps going down. I just need just enough cover. Just enough cover to be able to get in and hide up in a saddle. We'll see what I can do. Hey guys, it's October 31st. I came into my spot through the preserve, like I was talking about. Saw a huge buck on the preserve. I got some footage. I'll try put it in. I've been in my spot for probably about a half hour or so. I know something spooked, something big, really big spooked. Kind of off that way when I was coming in. Yeah. With how late it is, I'm not really gonna set up too much filming equipment. I've got my big camera. I'm not sure where my bag mount for my phone is. I'm gonna try and dig it out, but I'm not 100% sure where it's at in the bag. So, we'll see. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave most of my stuff up in the tree here and be back here in the morning, or what the plan is. But, yeah, I might do that. It's a good spot for morning or evening. I'm gonna have to look at what the wind is tomorrow. If it's what I think it is, this could be a killer spot. I'll turn this around. So there's an old road, goes back that way. I'm right above it, literally. Right above it. It's right there. Goes up there and that way. I saw it on Onyx. There's a trail right about where that stump is, right there. It goes this way. It was heavy enough used that I saw it on LiDAR. But there's tons and tons of acorns dropping on that hilltop and down this slope. It kind of curves around. Admire my bow. I've got my bow back. I'm so happy. But yeah, so it curves around, comes down. There's that old road right there. It goes up over that way. I'm kind of expecting something to come down this trail or from the hill up over here. We might get something coming out of the bottom, but I don't think that'll happen until tomorrow. But yeah, this is my spot. So, pretty happy with it. Hopefully I'll get a chance to get that turned on and on a deer before it comes in. Because if it comes in, it's going to be right there. And I'm going to have a close-ass shot. So I better not miss. There's a trail. Comes up out of there. Goes up that way. Up this side of the little drainage. Right up there. And like I said, there's a heavy trail that goes across. There's another one that should come down from here. I can hear the acorns dropping. I'm pretty sure it's that tree right there, one that curves up in the background. Found some crazy rubbing on it. Something's been using it as a scratching post up 6-7 feet. Like I've said before, it's bear country. Makes me a little nervous, but I mean, they're more scared of me than I probably am of them. And I don't know. But hopefully I'll be able to film. We'll see. if anything happens, it's probably gonna happen so fast I can't get the camera turned on. But I'll catch you guys up later. Hey guys. So, 6 o'clock. Sunset's at 6:15. Legal shooting light ends at 6:45. I'm really surprised. I've not seen what I was expecting to see in this spot. Coyote. Yeah. Jeez. That's exactly what I want to hear. Jeez, those coyotes are exactly what I'm wanting to hear right now. Some of them were close. Well, I got some special broadheads for things like that. But anyway, I had two little doelings feed up across there, up and over. They were barely old enough to have lost their spots, it looked like. Didn't see Mama. Haven't seen any other deer. I'm pretty sure that thing I spooked on my way in was buck. Because there was kind of a musk. And haven't been smelling it since. So he must have just come through and I spooked him. Which really sucks, but it is what it is. But got the little doelings on camera, I think. We'll see how that footage turned out, because that camera doesn't seem to want to do true tone. Look at this little fucker. He's been working this hillside for the last, hour and a half, 2 hours. Well, guys, kind of disappointed after tonight. I had a whole lot of high hopes, especially after seeing that big buck this afternoon and the 8 deer on my way out here. But I only saw two deer, fawns, just barely old enough to have lost their spots. They were that small. They passed, I want to say about 50, 60 yards from me. I could have shot them if I wanted to, but they were so small. I was like, that's not even worth trying to turn into even just a little bit of ground or jerky or anything. Like, it would not have been worth the tag. They were so small. I felt bad for them. Couldn't see their mom. Never saw their mom. I don't know. I watched them probably for a good 30 minutes while they fed past me. But yeah, had a bunch of coyotes last 45 minutes. I feel like they kind of scared some stuff, because I heard some stuff start running when coyotes started going off, and they were really close. Didn't get to see them, otherwise I would put some arrows through them. But yeah, it is what it is. It was a beautiful day. Really blessed by God to be able to sit out in it and take the time. But I gotta make it back home. So yeah, that's a wrap for Friday night, Halloween night. Halloween night. I guess it wouldn't be Halloween if I didn't have coyotes making me nervous. They didn't really make me nervous, I just didn't want to have to deal with them, and they kind of pissed me off, to be honest, just coming in and ruining the hunt like that. But I mean, we're in their world, so it is what it is. But I'm loaded up in the truck, and I'm ready to head home, grab a quick snack while I'm there for tonight for dinner, and I'm gonna be up really early tomorrow, heading back out here. Not quite sure where I'm gonna sit, but looks like we're supposed to have north winds all day. Today was west wind, so the perfect spot for where I was at, because it was blowing all my scent down into the bottom. I mean, the deer did one of the two things I thought they would have. They would either come out of the bottom, feed up over the hill like those little ones did, or feed down over that hill and into the bottom. I wasn't sure which way their direction of travel was. But yeah, they had no idea I was there. I count that as a win. Just gotta play the wind, play the thermals, and I guess practice good hygiene. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Looking out over the field from a tree stand at dawn. It's late October and I'm still in the hunt for one I call the Missouri ghost. In these woods I swear I saw him more than a few times, and I never seen one that big in my life. And they say, oh, if you do, it'll be one to boast. But I tell them I'm used to hunting ghosts. Yeah, you spend as much time as I have in these woods, you start to believe that you see things you never could.